So Charlotte, so listen. This is the MRL Show.
Being outside, the warm weather, shorts, the pool, just enjoying
It's Confession Wednesday. Good name. Get those deep, dark secrets off your chest. You'll feel better about yourself.
Jennifer Newton, you are on Confession Wednesday.
I cheated on my SAT.
Ooh, how?
My friend was sitting next to me, and I was cheating off her paper.
Did your friend know?
No, she did not.
So don't with the SATs, don't they give you different versions of the actual SATs? Like you might not get the same question as the person next to you. So that was dicey.
Yeah, well, I took the chance, so.
She's like, I didn't know that, and I failed.
It was that or zero.
Where were you 3 years ago? I think the Scantron people thought it was very odd that you answered 4 to the question, what's a buffalo?
Yeah. We want to welcome Anonymous from Rock Hill to the Manny Roy and the Rent Show.
Hey, y'all.
Hello, what's your confession?
So my best friend had a baby a few months ago, or a few years ago, I'm sorry, with her boyfriend. And she recently just found out a few months ago that he's not the father, it's his brother.
Ooh.
And the only one that knows is me, her, and the actual father. But he's not saying anything because they've been together so long.
Is the actual father... Oh, geez,
I mean,
that's so
he's
sticky.
dirt. He's not going to step up, but he questioned the paternity. I mean, the brothers look alike. They're only about 2 years apart. But he started questioning the paternity because they were moving furniture around the same time, and she went and got a DNA test, and sure enough, it's the brothers.
Wow.
Do you think the baby looks like her, or like
I mean, the baby's a mix of both of them. He's Hispanic, so the baby's a little bit darker. She's Caucasian.
Okay.
So I mean, there's no telling. I don't
they're
think
brothers.
The father questions it. Yeah, they're brothers.
So the baby would look like the family anyway.
Yeah.
Correct, but since the brother knew that he was messing around, he questioned it, and sure enough, she got a paternity test, and it was his.
Wow.
So yeah,
Okay, cool.
And I'm stuck in the middle, so I'm not going to say anything because I don't believe it's my place to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anonymous. Similar theme, you guys. And on another Anonymous in Salisbury, you are on Confession Wednesday. What is your confession?
I have a 6-year-old son, and I just married his father last year, but his father isn't his father. I cheated on him, and I got pregnant, and when he was born, I knew he was other man's child. And I had a paternity test done in secret, and it is his child. And he's not going to step up because he has a family already. He has a girlfriend with 2 kids. And
Have you told him?
I told the real father, he knows, but I haven't told the one that I'm married to.
Coming up next with the Manny Roy and Loren Show.
We'll do another round of confessions if you want to get on the air and get your confession in. 704-570-9595. You can be anonymous. It doesn't have to follow that theme of not the baby daddy.
Right. It could be anything.
Literally.
Could be silly.
So if you want to get a confession in on Confession Wednesday, 704-570-9595. Also, I want to talk about when you met someone in a fairy tale kind of way. You know, normally we're doing War of the Roses here, breaking up relationships and talking about the bad part of a relationship.
Sure.
Yeah.
But some people meet in a very fairy tale kind of way.
Yeah, where it's like that only happens in the movies.
Yeah. I have a friend who met his wife in a fairy tale kind of way. He was telling me about it when I went back to Jersey this past weekend. We'll get into that. It's all coming up just after 8.
It is time for Confession Wednesday. 704-570-9595. Judgment-free zone. You can be anonymous if you'd like. We'll take your phone calls right now. This is Anonymous and Spruce
Pine is my bet. Is that where you are?
Yes, respond.
So what's going on is Nicole's somewhat new. She's from Raleigh, but she's not familiar with all the areas down here to the south. And
Right.
So she didn't write that.
Yeah, she wrote Spruce Ann or Spruce On, but it's Spruce Pine.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your confession?
About 10 years ago, well, probably about 8 or 9 years ago, I got married on Jerry Springer, and my family still does not know.
What?
I didn't even know he did weddings. I thought he did You Are Not the Daddy.
Breaking marriages apart. Right.
No, they do weddings too, and I got married on Jerry Springer, and my family still doesn't know because they don't watch it. So,
has your family ever heard of YouTube?
Yeah, that's so cool.
Not.
So, how did that? How'd you get connected with that?
Well, some friends of ours went for a completely different reason, and they gave our name and number, and they ended up calling us, and we flew out there and got. I mean, it wasn't real, but we got married on the show.
Wait. So it wasn't real? Like you really didn't get married?
No, it's not a real. It's just staged.
Yeah. So I mean that's what I've heard. I've heard all their stuff is staged, but it's good TV. What are you gonna do?
They stage a marriage?
The thing is, my guess is that they're probably like Anonymous is in love with her cousin, and we're gonna marry you. Is that what was something like that?
Not exactly. It was.
But they developed their own storyline about
shotgun wedding. I mean, what?
Yeah, what was it?
I'm so curious now.
The story was the guy that I was with got sent to jail, so I moved furniture with his cousin and told his cousin that I was having his baby, so he would give me money for our wedding, so that when he got out of jail, we would have money to get married.
Hold on, slow down. We're writing this for our own storyline. What was that? That's a tremendous storyline.
How do you keep up with that?
I don't know. Did you marry the cousin or the guy that was in jail?
The guy that was in jail.
But you had no idea who he was or where he was from or anything?
We were actually together, yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But but they give you the storyline, that's asking for a lot for them to play into this very deep.
They don't tell you the story until right before you go on stage.
What?
So.
How do people keep that straight then? I'm thinking it's like the witness protection program where they hand you your new identity and you have to remember all this stuff.
No,
how much did they pay you well for that?
Well, they paid for the plane ticket and the hotel and the food and all that.
Okay, so it's like a free vacation, and then on top of that, you just got to act out whatever they want.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Did anybody really think that half that stuff is real?
A little bit.
You did?
Yeah.
I thought there would be some truth to it, and I thought maybe they played it up.
That's what I figured.
I didn't think that they'd find.
So that might be true. Like maybe that's somebody's story, but the people that for the real story didn't want to go on the air, so then they get these people to come and play out that story.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
In my head, I'm going to pretend
Thanks,
that's
Anonymous.
the real deal.
He's made
So
$1 million off of it.
fascinating.
I mean, he's made millions, Jerry has.
And who's the guy that sits back there and comes up with that crap?
Steve
He has his own show.
Steve Wilkos.
He has his own thing.
He's a producer, security guard.
He's
Yeah.
a jack
and
of all
Jerry's best
trades.
friend. Yeah, and the host of his own show.
Wow.
All right, let's talk about how you met in a fairy tale kind of way. My friend Kelly met her man in a fairy tale kind of way. By the way, I didn't even know she was married. That's another story, but we'll explain it for Imagine Dragons.
First things